Can you pass a challenge with the LBS strategy? That was one of the questions that I was asked. So I thought, let's just do a backtest on FX replay, and let's choose a random month to begin with the strategy. So I don't know how long it will take for us to pass the challenge, but that's what we're going to find out together, right? So I have a random month picker, and then I'll do that month of 2022, and that's where I put my settings on FX replay, and then we're off to the races. So let me spin. All right, so September. Great. Let me prep the session. I already had it over here. Real quick, September. Yeah. 2022. All right, and then I'll just choose an end date somewhere in this year, so that we at least have enough data. All right, let me so here we go. I have got the session prepped. So as you can see, when it loads, we are on the Euro USD chart, and we're in September. So this is Thursday, the 1st of September. We already missed this day, I see. I should have put the date on August, but that's fine. As you can see over here, we have an account balance of 100K. This is, of course, one of the challenges you can buy. I will make this a little bit smaller so you can see the balance below here. What I'm going to do next is change my settings for the... Oh no, I already have it here. Yeah. So my London session. The great thing about FX replay is I cannot go back. So if I screwed up a trade, there's no way to fool yourself. So I really like to backtest with this software because it's more realistic actually. You cannot fool yourself in I would have at least taken a trade like this. No. You're taking real time. I'm going to place orders. We're really going to take the trade. So that's it. What I do, keep in mind that right now it's not possible to look for confluences between the dollar. So it is possible that the win rate we get out of this is a bit less than you would have if it was real-time data, and you would also have the dollar chart right next to it to look for confluences. But that's what it is, right? So I don't mind. And one other thing, normally and also people advise to use 1% or 1% risk of your capital. But because of the minimal drawdowns that are on the challenge accounts of prop firms, I recommend doing your challenges with 0.5% risk. So that means on a 100K account, you risk only $500 per trade. So that's what we're going to do. Each trade, same risk. So let me go to the next London session. I have it set so that it always forwards to the next London session at 4 a.m. in the morning, because that's the time frame we use in the LBS strategy. If you don't know what the LBS strategy is, I recommend watching the video first. I will leave the video also below in the description. But watch the video on my channel on how this strategy exactly needs to be played. So what we're going to do is look for the 3 a.m. candle, mark that out. Look for the 3:55 candle, mark that out. Then we'll make the range from the high to the low. And we'll just wait for the 5-minute break of the low or the high. As you can see, I was a little bit too fast, but now we can play back, right? So this is what we have to use for now. So we have a 5-minute break beneath the low. Then I will look for the 15-minute PD arrays. There's only this order block here. Let me mark it out just to be sure. And on 5 minutes, yeah, we might have this order block. The gap here. I want to go for the safe entry, but it's also possible we don't get an entry, so this would have been a no trade day. So I place my entry, 2.5 RR. I hit place order and then I choose 1.5%. That means I risk 500, and this is a limit sell order now. So I do it like that. Let's play. That is the first loss. So back to next, on to the next London session. Or 3 AM. So high of the range. I try to do this as fast as possible because it's a really boring video otherwise. But hey, this is what trading is, right? You need to backtest, and it just takes a lot of time to find at least a strategy that works and your own edge with that strategy. So let me also mark out the 8 AM because we don't want to take a trade after 8 AM. So we have a break right now. This 50-minute order block also maybe, but I think the 15-minute candle isn't finished yet. Let me mark this one out and let's see what we have in a 5 minutes. It could take, I'll stop here now. I just want to go for this safer entry. Let me see where the low needs to go. This is also the 50-minute. I'm going to place the low below this. And then a 2.5. Place the order. The entry was just before 8, I see now, so it's still valid. Well, this was a flatliner day, right? We're already in the next day. So when it's 6 PM, I'm going to close it out. Because we want to get the runner up to there, and this is just, let it just play out. So there it would have went. Already next day, no, Asia session. So there took the trade. This is a hard one. I at least would have set, like I just did right now, just set the stop loss to break even, because you don't want to take a loss during the night. It's not worth it, right? Sometimes I also choose to close a trade at 6. So that's a little bit, you have to see what you want to do. I think we were lucky now that it still hit. It could have just as well just hit the break even point. So as you can see now, the balance is a 100,750. So we traded with 500 risk, and oh yeah, we took a loss. I was thinking, how does this balance? Yeah, so we took a loss. So we were 500 in drawdown, and now we're up 750. So let's go to the next one. it doesn't happen often that the trade takes that long. So I was like, did I ever see this situation before? But we handled it well. Just set the trade to break even, and that's it. Just don't look at it anymore. So let's see, the 3 minutes, and this is also how you can see that it's still it can still go both ways, right? So you still have to make it your own. So if you just want to make a rule, I will always close my trades after 4 p.m., for example, and that's it. Then just stick to your rule. It doesn't matter. So it's all good, as long as it works for you. And there definitely is no one-size-fits-all strategy. It needs to fit with your life, with what you can see in the charts, how confident you are. So, but backtesting does really help in your confidence. So we marked out the range again, the high and the low. It closed below. Let me see in the 15 minutes. Now we have a big fair value gap forming here. This is the start of the order block. Let me see how I would have played this. This looks like some sort of breaker. Well, I would just have chosen the first fair value gap, stop above here. That's how I would have played it. There are different options, I guess. So let's see. I think it went without us. Yeah, it's 8 a.m., so no trade today. I'll remove it. Go to the next. That's why I really love this software. You can go way back more, and also on the 1 minute without it, like in TradingView replay, it says no data and stuff like that. So I really love this software for that. So we have a range over here. It's a bigger one. And a lot of the times those bigger ranges don't even give an entry. We have a close right now, and it's almost 8. So I'll mark it out and let's see what's in here. Yeah, I would just, this is such a balanced price range, I would just enter on the order block, stop above the high. Two and a half. And see in 5 minutes. Yeah, it's like the same, right? Place the order. Okay, we're in now. Yeah, that was one of my doubts. Will I take this 5-minute order block? Yeah, it would have been a valid entry. But nothing to do about it right now. So if you would have entered this on the order block, place a stop above, went for 2.5, it would already have been in profit. So yeah, that's the risk you take. So I take a loss right now in this session. So this is what I mean by you can't fool yourself. You took the trade and this is it. It's also what happens in real life, right? In real trading. So we have to deal with that. But even though we're 2 down and 1 up, we're still in profits. So we're still here 250 up in profits. So if you manage your risk well, you can take a lot of losses, right? And there's our break. And we mark out 8 a.m. 15-minute already filled this gap, so I might not look for an entry below this wick. Nice fair value gap over here, so this would be my entry. It's a little bit risky because it can still maybe take that liquidity, but for now, I had formed a second fair value gap over here and tapped into it and just took off. Without us, it's, oh, damn. I should have stopped the trade because it's after 8 a.m. Well, that's another loss that we really didn't have to take, but okay. It is what it is, right? I'm not gonna make this any more beautiful than it is. We also make fuck-ups in trading, so that was a fuck-up. And our goal for now is just to do a like a one phase of 8%. So we want to make 8K on this account. But of course, there are different prop firms with different targets. So, but it doesn't really matter because in the end, it's almost 8. Now maybe if it comes up fast into this fair value gap, this order block. Alright, it's 8 a.m. no trade. So as you can see, it's already September 12th right now. So it can take a while. And that's where most people go wrecked. Including myself, I've gone wrecked so many freaking times because I didn't have the patience to wait for the trades, and I traded too many trades in between. So when I had a winning streak, then I was like, let me take this and let me take that, and like, also this one, and there you go, you fuck up your profits, right? I don't know if YouTube likes me using these words, but it is what it is. Big range, alright, let me see. I have a big fair value gap over here. That's very likely to get at least partial fill. A 5-minute order block and 15-minute order block started here. Well, let's do a safe entry on the 15-minute order block. But it's very likely it will only fill a little bit into this candle and then just drop further, but hey. Let's see. The 5-minute already closed? Yeah, the 15-minute wasn't ready. Alright. Let's see. Over. Also, is it 8 a.m.? Oh, it's also 8 a.m. Well, as you can see, as I said, it will probably only partially fill this and then take off. So that would have been the entry, although it was around 8 a.m. Yeah, exactly at 8 a.m. So it still would have been a no trade. Already traded into this 15-minute order block. Gap. I want some more data on this. It can still fill the gap a bit more. It's not really displacing up. So yeah, I'd like to enter on the 25% of this. Stop below. Tag goes in, yes. Let's see if we can. Yeah, great trade. Next. I hope it's helpful also to see my thought process, the things I see on the chart and how I curate the entries. Try to do this as fast as possible. Close above. Order block already tapped. Second 5-minute order block, 5-minute order block. We'll try this fair value gap over here. Filled. A little bit of drawdown. And we're out. Let's see, we're up 2.2k now. With only a 0.5% risk. That would have been 4.4k if you would have risked a 1% of 100 bucks, right? 1,000 bucks. This is not a big close above, so it could work. Now we have a close. It could have worked if you entered then on the 5-minute order block. It would have already taken off. So maybe we have a missed trade right now. But still, I'd like to re-enter. Let's see if it comes back for this order block. Place stop below. Oh. Nope. It was the fair value gap. Yeah, this was the trade. Oh no, that's not a fair value gap. No, it's a closed gap. So this is a missed trade probably. Yeah, it wouldn't be logical if it would retest that. So no, this is a no trade for me. Could have been a trade, right? If you would have seen that, or at least if you would have seen that close as a real close above, but I like to see some more confirmation. So I'll just stick to my rules. And sometimes you miss a trade because of that, and sometimes you preserve your capital because of your rules. This looks like a no trade. Alright. The next day. And as I said, we can't even check for any confluence with the dollar, right? Because if you draw out the LBS also on the dollar, and it does exactly the opposite, then it's a lot more likely that the trade will work. But if the dollar doesn't break out of its range, yeah, then you have to wait, or at least it becomes a less probable trade then. So, but that we cannot even check right now. So if we can make this work even this way, then you can always make it work, right? So what is this, Dave? The consolidation before news or something like that? Still not, wow, I guess. This is some ugly ass price action. Oh, and it took off. I think it's a news day because this is looking horrible. But still, there's a no-wick candle over here, fair value gap into an order block. Maybe it will come back for us, or maybe it will just, I don't know. This is probably some economic news day, and it could also take us out. But hey, we don't look at those things for now. We'll just see if the strategy will even work with non-ideal conditions, right? Tagged us in, and it took off. So it still works. I thought so. Where are my candles? But I was on a 15 minutes, so let me mark the range out. Close below. A nice 15-minute order block. Let me see if we can fine tune it a little bit. Yeah, I think it's likely it will fill this gap. So let me put it on the fair value gap. Stop above. .5. Place the order. It went for this gap, so it probably leaves this as a breakaway gap. I think that at least is very likely. Yeah, it won't tag us in anymore. So we'll close it, go to the next day. Alright, we have a nice no-wick candle over here in the order block, so let me put that there. It's probably also a fair value gap, I guess. Yeah. However, this is formed right now, this 5-minute order block, but I still want to place the order below. And it's possible that it will only tap this and take off without us. But that's the risk we'll have to take, right? Yeah, just like that. It tapped into the 5-minute order block and took off without us. But this gap was just a little bit too clean for me, so let's wait and see. We still have till 8 a.m. for the entry. We're tagged in right now. Or, yeah, don't know if it took the order actually. Now it did. And now it takes us out or not. Yeah, it takes us out. So for me, it would have been riskier, and I don't like to take this, but you could have taken the 5-minute order block, and you would have gotten out at 2.5. So it would have been a profitable trade then. But that's in hindsight. For now, it's just a loss like in real life. So we're up 3K. We're in the 3rd week of September now. Nice 15-minute block. Oh, we're already after 8 now. Yeah, it took this fair value gap, so fair enough. With the challenge, you don't need to be in a rush because, oh, yeah, this is a tough one. Because all the, most of the prop firms, they removed all the limits, so you don't have to pass the challenge within like 30 days or so. So just take your time. You don't have to completely screw yourself over and take a lot of risk, right? So this order block, it already traded there in the fair value gap. So for now, I don't think it wants to reach all the way up to here. Can it do that? It always can, but it doesn't look logical because the structure on the 5-minute also is down. So it can come up to this, but I think it will just only. I will take this 5-minute order block over here. That's also in the fair value gap. And it only took the fair value gap. Maybe it will take the liquidity. Alright. Will it trade lower now? Yes. So this happens a lot, right? They create liquidity. Let me remove that trade right there, and they haven't tapped the order block yet. So they create the liquidity, trade lower to then take out again the liquidity above that wick. So that was a good trade. If you would have taken 1% risk, you would have already passed the challenge, right? So we're on 4K right now. A little close. Don't like that, so I won't use it. Bigger close, no, small close, bigger close, alright. 8 AM. Let me see if there's still something to aim for. There's a bigger fair value gap over here. Can I trade up to there? Didn't make a low yet. Well, don't know if this gets hit, but I don't want to use this order block just yet because it hasn't traded through yet. So for me, this is still not valid, and that's why I look more up here. to that fair value gap. But we'll see, maybe it's a stretch, maybe not. And that definitely was the right call to make. So it traded up into this 15-minute order block, even the last candle, and I used the fair value gap, so still profitable trade. So also, this is also the same as I spoke about just yet. They didn't really make a good 5-minute order block, and then this was left as liquidity to take out after that, before they went down further. So 3.5, no, 2.5K. Yeah, 2.5 to go. Are you still with me? It's boring as hell, right? Or not? Because now you see how you can pass those freaking challenges, right? And as long as you can behave yourself and don't do anything stupid in between, and that's always the hardest part, right? So we have a close below. Fair value gap on the 15. I don't think the 15-minute candle is already ready because we're on the 5 here, but there is a fair value gap forming also here on the 5 minutes. So let me just place it here above the high, 2.5. Let me see how that looks on the 5. So this is the 5-minute order block. We're in the middle of it. It's also the 15-minute fair value gap, so for me that's enough to place the order there. There's also a 5-minute fair value gap now, right now. It's leaving behind, so let's see if it still wants to come up to our level. Because 15-minute fair value gaps are powerful. Tip us in. What time is it already? 12 p.m. Alright, yeah. And there we had the take profit. Yeah, it's the 28th of September, the month is almost over. But as you can see, we're up now 6.7K. You really have to make a lot of losses right now to get into drawdown again, right? Of course, you have a daily drawdown, maybe based on equity or something, so you still have to manage the drawdown on the prop firm account. But if you would just look at this, and you can now lose at least 6.7K total. So if you divide that by the risk we take with $500, you have to make 13 losses, right, in a row. That's not going to happen with the right strategy, right? So that is why risk management is so important. Just keep the risk exactly the same, because otherwise you're going to screw yourself over. $55, yeah. 8. News. So this is ugly. Let me see if we can see anything. We have a fair value gap here. Let me see what we have in a 5 minute. And although I don't want to trade the news, well, like I said, I just want to trade this strategy. for this total back testing session, and we'll just take for granted that there will be news items, there will be maybe no confluence with the dollar. No problem. Oh, damn it, I forgot to place a trade. Let me take a market then. Let's market it in. Come on, yes. All right. Oh, we're done. We have our profit target of 8K. And it's 28th of September, so even within the month, you would have passed your first phase. Or if you have like a 10K challenge on a one phase, like at Funded Training Plus, you would have traded maybe a week or so. But 8K, this is it. This was the challenge with the LBS strategy, even without taking the news in account and taking the confluences in account. These are all the trades. We could have even had, if I remember correctly, 2 extra trades that were profitable. But hey, this is how it goes, right? So this is live trading. This is how it goes. We cannot fake this. So I hope you find this valuable. Let me know in the comments, of course. Subscribe to my channel. If you don't know what the LBS is by now, just take a look at the video. I will place it in the description in the video. So I'll see you in the next video, and I had fun. Hopefully it wasn't boring for you, so I'll see you in the next. Bye bye. Let me just show you also what the results were. I found out after recording that my microphone wasn't right. It was set to the MacBook mic, so the audio is not that well. Sorry for that, but yeah, we don't like do things over and over. I want it to be one backtesting session with like a random month, so I'll just keep it like that. But for now, let me just take over a little bit of the statistics. As you can see, we made 8K, so 8% on the account. We had an overall win rate of 66.6, so every two out of three trades we won, right? We took a total of 12 trades over 20 trading days in a whole month, right? So, the average RR is always the same. It's like 2.5. Could have been profit or be, don't know what that means. Let me see. We had 8 winners. The average duration of the trade. So this is also one thing you have to keep in mind, right? We always let emotions involve our trading. But when you just let your plan play out, let it do its thing. It can take a long while. So if you keep looking at the charts, you will go like a roller coaster, right? Because the price just keeps going up, down, up, down, up, down. So just keep this in mind. Just set your trade and set and forget. And only when it's maybe like 6 p.m. in the New York time zone, then you can say like, okay, all right, I'm going to put it or break even or close it when it's in profits. That's up to you, right? So the biggest drawdown we had was on a Wednesday, or at least a Wednesday total. On Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday were no losses at all. And this was the month. So only 12 trades and we made it, right? So keep this in mind that the best thing is just to keep it simple, right? Just choose a strategy that works for you. And most of all, stick to your plan. Follow your rules to the exact letter and let it just play out. Let it just play out. So this was the final thing of the video. So you can see the data over here. And yeah, let me know what you think of this. So bye-bye.